These girls ain't got nothing on you. Say baby, I had to.
Hi guys, so as you can tell by the title, basically gonna be just that. This is gonna be a contour and highlight video. I do cream and powder contour. So if you guys want to see how to get this look, then please keep watching. Oh my god, you guys, I'm getting so annoyed by my hair. Okay, so the three products that I use to highlight and contour are the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I hope you guys can see them. They're just the regular Fit Me concealers. These shades that I use to highlight are, it's 20 in Sand. And that's the one that you're going to see me put under my eyes and basically everywhere that I want to bring forward. And then the next, the one that I use to contour is the one in 30, which is Cafe. I do use their Master Conceal, which is this one. I use this one to kind of just bring out any hollowness that I have. So under my eyes, I do have kind of like a deep set here, and it'll kind of just sink in. So after I put on this concealer, if I do see that I need a little bit of just bringing it forward, I use a tiny bit because this concealer is very high coverage. And it's very thin in consistency anyway, so it's not like if it gets cakey or anything, but I just really like to use a little bit because it's not, a little goes a long way. You guys do see a small change in the exposure. I did turn it down a little bit because I feel like it was too high. Okay, so I'm going to take the Maybelline concealer, the one that's in 30, which is in Cafe, and I'm going to put it around the perimeters of my face. So that would be kind of in like a 3 shape. So you would put some here. You'd put some there, a little bit there, and a little bit right on your jawline. So that's kind of like your 3. You have to be very careful when using this. You don't have to keep going back in and like using more product. A little bit goes a long way with contour. So you just kind of want to use a little bit. You don't want to use too much. Okay, so that's that done. That's on that side and then that's on that side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take now my highlighting shade, which is in 20 Sand. I'm going to take that and now highlight. And I'm going to highlight on under my eyes. I don't take it all the way up because you do have fine lines under there. And they will, you know, you're going to crease. No matter how hard you try, you're going to crease. So I'm just putting this there in like a triangular type of feel. Bringing it all the way down to the corner of my nose and then up. That also lifts the eye. Okay, so then after I do that, I'm going to bring some right down my nose. Now, you have the option of either contouring your nose or not contouring your nose. I do not use the contour shade on my nose because I will go in with powder. My nose is already really defined, so I don't really like the harsh nose look, so I don't highlight my nose. Now, I am doing a triangle on my forehead. If you have a big forehead, you want to do a small triangle, and if you have a small forehead, you want to do a bigger triangle. Just a little bit right on my Cupid's bow, and some right onto my chin. Yeah, I'm going to use a beauty blender and start with the highlighting shades. So if you start with like the darker contour one, you're gonna make your highlight look really muddy and dirty, so you don't want to do that. You want to start with your highlight shade. Okay, now to set my highlight, I'm gonna be using this Airspun powder. It's in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. Tap off the excess and use it on the other eye. Be sure to use enough powder so that it's not dragging the product that you place under, but not too much to where it gets cakey down there. Because your eyes, you have a very thin layer of skin. You don't want to put too much product down there. Okay guys, so right here what you guys want to do is blend out that darker concealer shade, which is the one we use to contour. You're going to take your beauty blender and do that, the bottom of it. Make sure that you keep your beauty blender up and you only put it in those places. You're blending up so that it doesn't get muddy and come down. Okay, so I will be skipping through this since it is very time consuming. Just make sure that you blend seamlessly. Like, make sure that there's no harsh lines whatsoever. Take your time with this step too. I'm going to take my beauty blender and dip it into some of this product. Just like that. And then I'm going to put it right on the sides of my nose. The reason being is because I have oily skin and I did use a luminous foundation. So I don't want those areas to shine through. So in order to prevent that, I'm just picking up some of that powder and baking. Baking is basically when you take some loose powder, you get a little bit more than you would use. You put it onto a sponge or a brush. I think you can bake with a brush. I use a sponge, and then you just kind of tap it onto that. Let it sit there for about 7 to 10 minutes, and it'll be matte in that time. I did bake on the sides of my mouth just a little bit because sometimes I do get smile lines. Okay guys, so now that I've set those highlighted areas, I am going to go and set the rest of my face. I'm going to first set my contour with some of that same powder. I don't want this to be muddy and down here. So what I'm going to do is set that with some of this translucent powder. So then when I go back in with the contour powder color, it's going to look nice. First, I'm going to drink some water because your girl is thirsty. I'm going to dip my round powder brush into some of that translucent powder. And I'm just... Okay, so here I'm just going to set those contour areas of my face, and I'm not putting too much powder there because I was going for a soft and luminous look, but enough powder so that it is setting it. If you want to go for a matte look, this would be the time to set all the areas of your face.
Don't play with her, don't be dishonest. Ay. Still not understanding this logic. Hey, I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever.
So I've set my face, all of it, and before I go on to taking off that bake, I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes. And while I let it sit, I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera, so I'll be back. My brows are done. Now I'm just gonna take this round face brush and take off all that bake that I had placed a couple minutes ago. So right here we have Java, and then Fawn, and then Havana. Okay, so I'm going to take some of that Havana shade and put it in all the places where I placed that cream contour. Make sure you blend really nicely. So you're going to tap and kind of distribute that product also. So blend away until you get the nice seamless line that you want on all that contour. Okay, so we're all bronzed up now. And now to contour. I can't remember where I got it, but I got it a very long time ago and it's never stopped being my favorite. It's super fluffy but really small and tapered. It's kind of like a big blending brush and it's literally so nice for contouring. So for contouring, you want to take something that has a very, very cool tone. And for that cool tone, I'm going to use this middle shade right here. And this is the shade Fawn. Okay, so I'm going to take that onto that brush and put it right into the contours of my face. So kind of like the hollows of your face, anything that you want to sink in. So that would be my cheekbones. I like a really defined cheekbone. After I do my cheekbones, I'm going to go on and do my temples because I kind of just want to even that out and take it up there. As you can see, if you use your finger and place it at the top corner of your ear and then put it down, that's how far down you're going to take your contour. So you don't want to take it any farther than that. So now I'm going to take some of this banana shade in the palette, and I'm going to put that right under my eyes and a little bit on the areas where I contoured. This is just going to help to brighten up those areas so they don't look too dull. Since you did contour, you want to have a nice highlight too. You don't want to take too much of that down on your face because it will look really bright and weird in those areas. So you don't want to do that. You just want to take a little bit, put it along those areas just to even it all out. Okay, so you're going to take your Airspun powder. You need some loose powder. And then a cosmetic sponge. This one I got in a 32 pack, and I think I got it for like $2 at Target. So you can get a big pack of these, and they're very useful. I keep them with me all the time. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this side of the cosmetic sponge. You're going to dip it into your powder, into your loose powder. Pick a little bit of that product up. And then what you're going to do is go right under your contour so it doesn't look too muddy. You're going to go right under your contour and draw a line towards the corner of your lip. And then you bring it down. If you can see what I did there. I'm going to use a little bit more. So I'm going to do the other side too. So now for highlight, I'm going to use the Mary Luminizer by the Balm. I got it in this 3-pack. And this 3-pack contains all the luminizers a couple million times because we love a pop and highlight. And then I'm going to highlight right on the top of my cheekbone. Do you see that? Can you see that? Oh my god. I'm going to take this and a little bit of my Bahama Mama bronzer. I'm going to dip it in there just a little bit. Just like that. Tap off the excess. And then I'm going to go right under my nose and start to contour.
So I do kind of like a little, I kind of bring it up a little bit so it all ties together. Just a little bit though. I don't like this part of my nose to look too skinny because it looks skinny really quick. So now I'm just going to pinch the brush and draw a little line right there where my nose gets a little bit fat. I'm just going to draw a little line so my nose kind of pushes up. Okay. So the contour is done for my nose.
And now I'm going to take a little bit more of that Mary Luminizer and highlight the tip of my nose, the very tip.
Just taking a little bit because I do get oily in those areas. A little bit on the top of my eyebrow. A little bit right under.
And that's it. Okay guys, so I'm going to go off camera and finish the rest of my face and then I'll be back. So I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to share with your friends and subscribe. Also, comment below any videos that you want to see me do. This was my first video ever and it was really fun to film. I really hope you guys liked it. If you do, then like I said, give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching.
Is you ready? Is you ready, baby? You seem ready.